Virgo, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. And I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. And I would love to see my channel continue to grow. So help me make that happen. All right, but let's see what's going on for all of my Virgos for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for the messages, always. One more shuffle for you. Hit that like button, people, and let's cut this deck and see what's coming through for my Virgos. All right, we've got the Two of Cups coming in reverse to the Page of Pentacles, also reversed. So, listen, you've lost patience with someone, right? Because here, the Two of Cups, you're not in alignment, right? You're not feeling the love. And we have the Page of Pentacles here also coming in reverse. And it's just like, I don't know whether this is really worth trying to make it work. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is above you, all right? And Virgo, you know, if you notice in this card, there's distance between you and this dragon. So I feel like, you know, the Temperance here in the recent past is like, you're done. You know, I am really tired of trying to fight with this person, trying to make this situation work. We're not on the same page. I want to go in this direction. They want to go in that direction, because here we do see that there's this coin being flipped. You know, and it's been heavy. All right, we've got the Ten of Wands here, you know, and you're going uphill. It's an uphill battle that I feel like is not getting you anywhere. So, you know, this could be an argument that you have that's going on with someone. You know, put some distance between it. Sometimes when we get to a point with our person or a partner and we're just not on the same page, you got to let it sit. Right? You need to put some space between it so that you can come back and really kind of reevaluate everything with not so many emotions playing, you know, in the middle of it. You know, because I do get this sense that, you know, things got a little heated, a little emotional. We have the Knight of Swords here at the base of what's going on. So somebody probably felt very defensive, you know, and this Knight of Wands says, let's just take some space. I'm going to go here, you go there, and then maybe, you know, we can meet up a little later. All right, so I'm feeling that for some of my Virgos, you know, that it is time to just let a situation, an argument, just let it go right now, all right? Because you're not going to find the answer. All you're going to do is keep fighting. All you're going to do is just really be on this disconnect between you and whatever this is that's going on. And I think, you know, a little bit of space brings perspective. And I think you're in a place where you need a little perspective. You know, especially if you're feeling really angry about this situation. Because the Knight of Swords can be very assertive, you know, saying, I want it to be this way and I'm going to go do it whether you like it or not. You know, and the Knight of Wands here says, well, I'm going to go anyway, you know. So I'm just feeling like, you know, give it that space, you know. If you're going to do what you're going to do and you're going to go where you want to go, go. You know, rather than talk about it and argue about it, you know, it's just like clearly the other person isn't in agreement, you know, so we have to just kind of live with that, you know. You can't force somebody else to agree with you if they don't agree. You know, and I think intuitively you know this, all right? Because here we do have the High Priestess, and it's just like sometimes you just need to let things, you know, go, and here you go ahead and go on your way, because here we have the Chariot, all right? So this is about you not being distracted by the issues that this person is bringing up and you moving on, all right? You taking this trip, you going where you want to go, because clearly this Knight of Wands wants to go somewhere the other person does not want to go. You know, and this could be in an argument, this could be a literal, you know, I want to go here and you don't want to come with me. You know, this is you just not on the same page with the other person. You know, I just feel as if, you know, sometimes, you know, even if we are partnered up and we really love our person, you know, you need to get away from each other. And this might be one of those weeks where you just need to get away from your person. You need to get away from the situation. You need to find some peace of mind here, the Hierophant here, you know. So I am feeling like this is, you know, a union of sorts that we are dealing with. But here, you know, you hear somebody doing yoga, you know, just kind of doing their thing, just finding their space, reconnecting with their higher self, trying to gain some good perspective on like, what can we do in order to maybe start over again? All right, so I'm just feeling that, you know, the confusion of not knowing what to do doesn't need to be answered right now, you know, because here with this Chariot, we have, you know, one arrow that says this way and the other one says that way, and you're kind of confused and I don't know what I should do. You know, don't do anything. Like I said, take the time, take the space, reconnect with yourself, you know, and kind of do what you have to do to ground yourself so that you can have a clearer understanding and perspective from your end and their end, all right? It takes two to tango, and it takes, you know, an understanding and communication for two people to really kind of find that middle ground. And I think right now you're in a place where you can't, you know, I don't know how how I feel about this, but I do know that I need to get away. Well, then get away, right? And see, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Wands. Again, you know, it's like, let's just like not talk about this. All right. Let's just kind of let it sit and let whatever that energy is kind of calm itself down, so that when you do reapproach this whole topic or this conversation, you know, you can come from a better perspective. You will have learned something. We have these books here. You know, this is the Page of Swords. This is like, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I've learned, and this is what I've got, you know, and maybe the other person has done the same thing, you know. So I think, you know, this week, Virgo, it really is a week that says, I just need to leave this alone. I just need to not worry about it. And then while I'm gone doing my thing, information will come to me. I will start to tune into like the reality. I'll see their side a little clearer. I'll see my side a little clearer. And then from there, maybe we can come together again and then talk about it. But right now, I feel like, you know, no conversation this week is going to come to any kind of resolution. If anything, it'll probably put more blocks up, you know, and more confusion. So give it space. Whatever this is that needs to have space, give it the space it is asking for. And then, like I said, I feel like there will be more clarity. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Virgo. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in this story. I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate me, hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, and with that being said, be happy, be healthy, be kind. Bye now.